Are you choosing yummy, heart-healthy foods? Welcome to Be Fab, Be You Made Simple, your daily dose of inspiration designed to help you reinvent yourself by optimizing your body and mind. I am Maria Horstman, a health editor and coach, a fitness trainer, a speaker, and an entrepreneur, founder of BeFabBU.com. Our episodes are short and will bring you valuable content and practical nuggets for optimal health and fitness that you can implement ASAP. Let's get you to feel fabulous every day. Are you ready? Check out the show notes to 1, schedule a free call with me to discuss a plan to take your health to the next level. 2, submit a question to be featured in our Ask Me Anything episodes on Sundays. Connect with me on social media and much more. Hit the subscribe button, and if you like what you hear, share with your friends and leave it a rating. Are you choosing yummy, heart-healthy foods? Welcome back to the Be Fab, Be You Made Simple podcast. I hope you have been enjoying this mini-series about heart health. Can you do your girl here a favor? If you're listening on Apple Podcast or have iTunes, can you please leave the show a rating? Go on to iTunes, look for the rating option by scrolling down to the bottom of the page. It will say leave a review. So leave a rating and write us some feedback. That would be awesome. It takes 30 seconds and really would help the show to grow and reach other awesome people who might need or can use the encouragement. So thank you for doing that. So today's episode is about yummy foods recommended for heart health. Yes, it's still February. We're still talking about it. And the awesome part of it is that these same foods will fuel, F-U-E-L, all your other organs, including your brain. Yes, who is in for that? So these foods will help also prevent illnesses like heart disease, obesity, diabetes, cancer, and other chronic diseases. Raise your hand right now if you want that. Heck, I can feel your hand up from here. Yes. Are you ready? Let me share a little bit about my past eating habits and for most of my years in corporate. You might be surprised to hear all this, but maybe not. So for breakfast, it was coffee with hazelnut cream and whatever pastries, bagel, cookies, and junk people would bring to the kitchen in the office. Oh boy, I was always there, snacking on stuff and hiding stuff. Oh boy, I did it all. For lunch, I was good bringing my lunch actually because I didn't like to spend money eating out. I was a cheapo when it came to that. So things that I brought often were chicken, cheese, whole wheat tortillas, deli meats, hard-boiled eggs, packaged frozen meals that says healthy outside, and other processed foods. Rarely you would see colors on my plate, especially not from raw foods. After lunch, I would snack 3 to 4 times until dinner. I was always in the kitchen. I snacked on junk food around, lots of sweets that included candy, chocolate, pastries, some fruit, some nuts sometimes. Dinner, if I ate at home, was about the same kind of stuff that I had eaten for lunch. Plus, I had more options of sweets at home. I have loads of cheese, different kinds of cheeses around. If I ate out, it was whatever looked good in the menu and that I didn't eat often at home. Of course, I was not about to eat the same stuff, right? Plus, often I would have 1, 2, maybe 3 glasses of wine or some other fruity alcoholic beverage. I always like my margaritas and fruity stuff too, depending on the night, who I was with, and all that kind of stuff. Hey, if I drank 2 glasses of wine or water a day, That was pretty good for me. I never controlled that, and I barely drank any water. I was always starving for hydration and nutrition, I'm telling you. Oftentimes, I look back and wonder how I did it and how I would be, or what really would have emerged if I hadn't changed my nutrition and my lifestyle around. I know that sugar and caffeine got me through daily back then. I was so starving for nutrition and hydration. I had no idea. I am so grateful to have stopped this self-destruction years ago. If I was able to transform, folks, I'm telling you, I know you're able to do the same. You do not want to follow my old path. And if you are on this path right now, please stop. You and your body and your mind deserve better. You must realize this. You will also serve others better. You're a better mom, a better person, a better coworker, a better entrepreneur, whatever. Better, better, better. You will. Nutrition is key for you. Hydration is key for you. So all the other lifestyles we talk all the time. There are many nutrients that support the cardiovascular system. Today, I will talk about 5 very important ones. So let's start with vitamin C. It's an anti-inflammatory and it's antihistamine. So high levels of histamine are associated with heart disease. So foods rich in vitamin C are guava. I used to eat that from the tree back at home in Brazil. Kiwi, bell peppers, strawberries, broccoli, yummy Brussels sprouts, snow peas, and kale. Notice that the fruits may spike your blood sugar. So I always recommend testing your blood sugar so you can choose the amount and the time of the day that you're going to eat them. So next is EPA and DHA. They are omega-3 fatty acids, and your body cannot make them. So we need to consume, and they need to be transformed into your body. So EPA is an important for regulation of inflammation, and DHA is important for the regulation of blood sugar. Both of them are very important for your heart health. So foods rich in EPA and DHA are fatty fish like salmon, tuna, sardines, which are also have the lowest amount of mercury of any fish. If you don't like fish like I don't, you can take supplements like I do. I must also add hemp seeds to this list because I love them. They have an optimal ratio of 3:1 of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. And you can add the hemp seeds to your foods. You can eat by the spoon like I do. You can also take hemp seed oil. I prefer the food. I love chewing the seeds. They taste so yummy. Third is B vitamins, especially B1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 12. I know there are lots of them, right? B vitamins are important for the formation of red blood cells, fatty acids, and amino acids that are involved in metabolism of the blood cells productions. And also B vitamins are important for energy production in general. So foods rich in B vitamins are salmon again, green leafy vegetables, organ meats, yucky, I don't like them. Maybe you do. If you do, eat them, please. Eggs, beef, legumes, like beans and lentils. Nutritional yeast, which I eat often, just today for lunch. It is very important you choose your animal meats carefully. I mean, wild-caught, grass-fed meats, pasture-raised poultry. Pick your battles here because these quality of meats can be a lot more expensive, so budget accordingly, and you don't have to eat a ton of animal protein. There is a lot of proteins from other foods as well. And there is always a B-complex vitamins. We just don't want to overdo on them. Vitamin E is next on our list, and it's a powerful antioxidant, and it protects the lining of the vessels. So foods rich in vitamin E are sunflower seeds, almonds, avocado, one of my favorites, spinach, butternut squash, broccoli, and trout. You would have to consume a significant quantity of sunflower seeds and almonds. And in this case, I would be very careful because they're also high in omega-6 fatty acids and they are inflammatory fatty acids. So supplementation of vitamin E might be a good option here. Last that I want to talk today about is zinc. It's not only essential for metabolic functions and immunity that we hear all the time, but it's also preventive against free radicals. Free radicals are known to accelerate aging and contribute to the heart disease and chronic disease like cancer. So examples of foods rich in zinc are oysters, yucky, don't like them either, beef, hemp seeds, hello, lentils, shiitake mushrooms, pumpkin seeds, all yummy stuff, right? During the winter times, especially extra vitamin zinc is great. Or if you feel you're going to get sick, hey, pump those babies up, okay? Very protective in all kinds of, from heart to immunity and metabolic functions, like I mentioned. So I hope you found this information and list helpful. Don't let this information rot somewhere. Take action and witness powerful changes. You can do this. Go after, folks. It comes down to the choices you make daily. You have a choice, and you have lots of choices. If you're saying, oh, Maria, it's easier said than done, that's a lot of work, and I'm too busy to figure all this out. Well, I've tried eating more of some of these foods, but I was hungry all the time. Or maybe you're thinking and saying, I've tried that before, didn't lose any weight. Let me ask you this. If you had a heart attack tomorrow, I bet that suddenly your calendar would open up in preparation for that surgery and recovery. What do you think it is easier to choose to eat healthier now, start that journey, or go through open heart surgery? Or are you thinking, oh, well, that's not going to happen to me? How do you know? Do you want to run the risk? It is simple to take these actions. Have you made sure that you are eating balanced meals, rich in foods discussed earlier, so your body got the nutrients it needed to thrive? Maybe that was the reason that you're always hungry. How long have you tried eating healthier? Did you log your foods? How consistent were you? How much time did you give to yourself? And lastly, is your weight defining who you are? Maybe it is time for you to stop arguing with your limitations. You can do whatever you define to be very important to you. We discussed this before, and I know that deep inside you believe on this. Maybe you don't believe in yourself right now, but let's turn this around. And if you feel confused with the information overload out there, feel discouraged and stuck, unsure that your goals that you're setting are challenging enough, realistic, and yet achievable, get on my calendar at bfabu.com//energy-audit. Be ready to go, though. I would love to work with you. Just be ready. I'm ready for you. Before I let you go, grab that pen and paper. Go back to the list of foods I mentioned earlier. Get the transcript at bfabu.com/podcast, and you have the list over there in writing. Select 2 or 3 foods to commit to adding to your daily plate. Here's an idea. Pick one food to add to each one of your meals and be consistent with it. For example, let's say that you choose hemp seeds, green leafy vegetables, and avocado. Pick one meal that you eat, that you add these foods to daily. Let's say hemp seeds you're going to add for your breakfast, leafy green vegetables for lunch, and your avocado for dinner. There you go. So all of a sudden you add 3 healthy foods, and that's a beautiful thing. Celebrate that. Now we stick with it. So next episode, I will talk about things that damage your cardiovascular system and conditions that can contribute to your lipid abnormality. And like interventional cardiologist Dr. Fred Feit says, until then, follow your heart. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the BFABBU Made Simple podcast. Can you do me a favor? If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and leave it a rating. It helps the podcast and I really appreciate it. If you're wondering where to start, head over to my website, linked in the show notes, to sign up to receive encouragement, tips, and strategies to maximize results. While you're there, download a free health guide to get you started today. If you're looking for a coach and trainer to help you optimize your weight, body, and health, get on my calendar. Let's discuss your goals, establish a custom plan, implement it, and celebrate your results. Together, we can do this. Find the link to schedule a free energy audit strategy session also in the show notes. Connect with me on social media. I would love for you to let me know that you're listening to the show. Also, see the show notes for the links. In addition to a qualified healthcare practitioner, it's important that you have someone in your corner who is in for you and will help you to plan and stay on track implementing your goals. Are you ready? Let's rock and roll this boat. I will see you on the next episode of BFABBU Made Simple. Just a reminder that this podcast is for educational purposes only. This podcast is not a substitute for health care by a doctor or other qualified medical professionals. This podcast is provided on the understanding that it does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services.